If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Don Shainis on the show. He picked up his 4th consecutive win on Saturday night at Cage Titans 47 at the iconic Plymouth Memorial Hall. He finished Kevin Barberena in the 2nd round via TKO. Happy to welcome Shameless Don Shainis to the show for the first time. How are you, man?
What's going on, Mike? How are you?
I'm doing great. So congratulations on the win. 4th win in a row, 4th finish in a row. You've been on some kind of run right now. How does it all feel 5 days later?
I feel a little fat. I was in the gym for the first time yesterday, so that's good. It's, eating food again is weird. So, yeah, this is me pre-caffeine, so not normally this mellow during the day.
What was the meal of choice after the win? What did you splurge on?
Oh, I got Chinese food. I got like the shittiest Chinese food you could find, and then I ate it all, and then I felt sick, and it was awesome.
It's one thing I miss about being in the Boston area is Chinese food. I mean, I live like way out west now in the Berkshires, and yeah, there's a couple of Chinese food spots, but it's just not the same. There's just something about Boston area Chinese food that's just way better than anybody else's.
Yeah, dude, all the MSG. I want it all. I had some pizza. I had a hot chocolate pancake. It was bomb. I had some chicken wings, lots of maple syrup. So I've been going to town.
Did you say hot chocolate pancakes?
Oh yeah, my buddy made it for me. It was pretty bomb.
That's amazing. I've never even heard of that
Yeah.
before. So
me neither. I was like, hey.
Well, I'm glad you're here because I do want to address something with you right off the bat because I know you haven't been feeling the love from the media these days, and we did speak last week, and you were wondering why you weren't a part of the string of interviews that I had done for Flow Combat. You feel like you're being slept on a little bit, and I completely understand that. But right before I got on, I was curious. So I saw you went on Domenico's show last night. And again, and I've said this before in prior interviews, what Steve Domenico does for the local scene is incredible, and kudos to him, and my hat goes off to him. But I do want to clarify a couple of things that you said now that you're here. You said that you hit me up to do an interview, which is true, but it was the Wednesday night before the fight, and I said we could do it the next day, but you were starting your weight cut, which I get, and I understood we could make it happen. But while I understand your frustration, I think what needs to be clarified, you also said I interview the same guys for Flow, which also isn't true because, yeah, there's a couple in there, but I interviewed a bunch of fighters for the first time heading onto that card as well. So I just want to say I get where you're coming from, and also let me just say, like, I was let go from Flow Combat the very next day after having that conversation. So maybe I should have gotten you beforehand, but I understand where you're coming from, and I'm happy.
To be honest, I got emotional. I got kind of pissed off, and I'm not blaming you directly, but I'm like, dude, 4 fights, 8 months. Well, what else do I got to do to get a plug here? I'm trying to fight in the biggest stage in the world, and it's like I'm struggling to get an outlet. So like, is this your fault? No, man. We talked. But my frustration is my frustration, and Steve kind of like poked me there. I was like,
he loved this. He loves this.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know what? Steve's been one of these guys that's been interviewing me since I had my pro debut. And I told him, I'm like, dude, media's sleeping on me because it's not just this website. It's not just Flow Combat. Dude, there's a lot of other websites out there, and I'm seeing the same faces. I'm like, well, what's going on here? What am I missing? Because now I got to talk to my manager. Or I got to talk to my coach and manager. It's like, all right, what are we not doing here to get on these interviews? Like, why aren't I getting the clout I deserve? Because I broke my neck. That doesn't get talked about. I'm 7-2. 2 of my losses, one of them came from a cut, which is fucking bullshit. One of them I broke my neck in outside my weight class that I took short notice, and I went to decision, lost 29-28. I'm a 9-0 fighter with 2 blemishes, and I'm not getting the love I feel. And I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise, So I'm gonna keep it real with you too. I can understand your frustration with me. But
No. Don't. It's definitely not frustration. Trust me when I tell you, I want all of the fighters. If I could clone myself into like 100 other people and interview every single fighter for every single fight, I would do it. I absolutely would. And those who know me, I think maybe 4 times in my entire career have I ever turned down an interview. So if someone reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I got a fight coming up. You want to interview me?" I'm saying yes. You know what I mean?
This is my first interaction with you because, in face to face,
right.
I know we haven't met in person, but it goes far deeper than just Flow Combat.
Right.
This is me calling out all different media sources. I'm calling out fucking everyone. Dude, I want the smoke, man. I'm not just picking fights with fighters. Fights with fighters is cool. Yeah, that shit's old. We can argue on Facebook all you want. But I'm calling out media sources, man.
Well, hopefully, people watch this and they're like, okay, this dude's got some spunk. Let's get him on our show because, I mean, I totally, like I said, I totally get where you're coming from. You have goals, you have aspirations, you want to get your name out there. You want to get to the UFC. It's not easy to get there. There's like 500-600 guys on the roster, but there's like 100,000 fighters out there. So, I mean, that's a very small percentage of guys who actually get there, and you want to get there. You're on a great streak. You got a good personality. You can talk, and those are always, great pieces of the formula to get you signed. So, I mean, I do get where you're coming from. How long have you felt this way? Is this something that's recent, or do you feel like, you haven't been getting the love for a long time now?
I feel like I haven't been getting it from the rip. I was undefeated as an amateur champion. Then I started my pro career off with a loss. I'm like, all right, fuck. And that's from a cut. I'm like, fuck, the fight's 17 seconds. I just got cut. You're like, whoa. All right. Then I rifle off a couple wins for Bellator. People forget I'm undefeated in the Bellator cage. You know what I mean? Like, I fought for Bellator twice. Like, all right, cool. I come back to cage Shainis because I want to, progress my career. I don't want to fight on undercards in Bellator. I want to fight either on main cards for Bellator or UFC. I want to see the world. I want to travel, man, and I need an outlet to do it. And not only that, man, I'm trying to fucking inspire people while I do it. I got the biggest following in New England, the hands down biggest. In 4 fights, in 8 months, I've sold over $50,000 worth of tickets. That doesn't include sponsorships. That doesn't include T-shirts. Just for the promotion. My last 4 fights, I did the math. I did over $50,000 in ticket sales. It's like, well, where's the love there? I'm clearly able to put asses in seats, and shit's blowing up. I got 30,000 fucking views on my Instagram this past week. It's like that. I got a following. I can speak, granted, I swear a little bit, but that's frowned upon on some of these bigger outlets. But you know what? I'm just going to keep being me and fuck it.
As you should. You shouldn't change for anybody.
I see a lot of people that are phony too. I see a lot of fucking Nate Diaz wannabes and Conor McGregor fucking walking around with that strut. Nah, man, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to sell Shameless, and that's what I'm going to do.
Well, Pulver obviously thinks very highly of you because, not long after our interaction, he hit me up too. Was like, where's the love for Don? He's the biggest ticket seller and everything. And I'm like,
fuck him out. You're going to have me not on the fucking poster. I'm your biggest fucking draw. I called him out too. Don't think he's not getting it. I'm the biggest fucking draw, dude. I want my own posters. Fuck it.
I like it, man. I like it.
He's one of those guys, too, that when I ask for something, he goes above and beyond to get me what I need. Like in order to sell what I sell, I ask him to make my own specific fight posters that I hang around, all over Massachusetts. I hang them everywhere. Everywhere I go, boom, yo, let me throw a poster up. Boom, let me throw a poster up. Hey, you want to sponsor me? Here's a poster. Here's an autograph. I do fucking photo signings with those. And he goes above and beyond to get me those little tools because I know he doesn't do that for everyone. But it's also like he's not making it back either. You know what I mean? The extra hour or two it takes. Yeah, I get it. He's got a family. He's got a job. He does promotions on the side. But, him and I got a good relationship. And I'm still fucking pissed I wasn't on that poster.
I want to talk about your story a little bit because I actually did cover one of your Bellator fights. It was the fight against Matt Denning. I was there.
Okay.
Very impressive.
Okay. Thank you.
Your next fight was against Daniel Matos, and you lost the decision, but that was the last time you tasted defeat. But you did talk about you broke your neck in that fight, and not only that, you finished the fight and went to the judges' scorecards with a shattered vertebrae and a ruptured disc, and you were going numb in your arm and in your hand. I mean, that is ridiculous. And like, I know it must have sucked to have a loss on your record, but did you at least take some solace in the fact that you kept going and you didn't get finished with everything going on?
I needed to lose that fight. I needed to eat shit. I thought too highly of myself. I thought that people couldn't touch me. It was real fucking humbling to go through that. Because, I look at fights very differently now. I did a lot of soul searching in between then and surgery, and then not being able to exercise for, 3 months, and then being able to do light exercise for 3 months, and then 6 months later, after surgery, being able to work out but not go live, and then 9 months later going live, then fighting again, and it was real fucking humbling. Then I couldn't talk, and then I couldn't even fucking speak. So what happened was, I break my neck, I lose a decision, my fucking heart's broken. I have to fucking figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm not stopping. I have surgery. All right. And then I'm fucking jumping through hula hoops, not even hoops, hula hoops that are on fire to fucking get medically cleared, because they don't clear anyone under a week. I got to go see special doctors. I got to go see like specialists in this shit. It's not just a note from your surgeon who's the best in the world. It's notes from your surgeon, notes from other doctors, more physicals, more exams, jumping through fucking flaming hula hoops to get fucking clear, come back, smash someone. Cool. Fight again 2 months later. Cool. Fight again 2 months later. Cool. Then I take a fight off because I don't want to burn myself out. And then I fight a 7-4 guy who's, in contentions to be on the contender or the UFC himself. This was a make or break fight for me. And I had to eat shit to fucking realize what I truly wanted. And this is it.
I'm sure, and you mentioned it, you go back and you sort of appreciate that year and that you needed to be humbled and you learned a lot from that year. But overall, how difficult, was that one of the most difficult years of your life?
It's interesting. I've seen a lot of guys since then go to the UFC, a lot of local guys. And I'm like, fuck, I was right there. Let's say I win that fight. All right, cool. I win that fight and I don't know what would have happened. But it is what it is. And I can't take it back. All I could do is take it as a lesson. I took it on the chin and I said, fuck it, and I move forward. And that's kind of been my philosophy with fighting. So, my goal isn't just to fight, man. You come catch me live and dude, there's some energy there that I can't recreate. It's just fucking raw because you're getting me in my truest form when I'm in there. And you saw that on Saturday night. I sold out the show. Again, no surprise. Biggest draw in New England. I had the most fans in the fucking thing. I didn't push T-shirts. I didn't push sponsorships. I didn't push tickets for this fight. And I'm still the biggest fucking draw. And the thing was, I wanted to focus on this fight and strictly on this fight because this was my toughest opponent. I knew he was coming to bang. I knew he was skilled. I know his brother's in the UFC. They're like, I didn't even want to waste my time with any of that other bullshit. I just wanted to focus.
Did you have an extra chip on your shoulder considering the names that were on this card? I mean, this is one of those cards that, is being positioned as there's 4 or 5 guys that are on the cusp of getting a Contender Series call, getting that UFC call. And, like to our point earlier, maybe you were getting slept on. Maybe you felt like you weren't one of those guys. Did you have that extra chip on your shoulder? Like, listen, I know they're talking about a lot of these guys, but I'm going to steal the freaking show on Saturday night and have them talk about me.
Anytime I fight, it's my show. I made Shameless shirts one time. It said the Shameless show, like Eminem. You know what I mean? Like the Eminem show. No, anytime I fight, it's my show. And someone's trying to steal it from me. And that's the way I look at it. Yeah, there's a bunch of other guys that could potentially go to the next level on this card. Some guys rose to the occasion. Some guys fell to the occasion. And that's the way it is that's the way it should be with every card. If you're not trying to get to the next level, go the fuck home. You're going to get hurt.
You said that during the recovery, you were like, I'm doing this, I'm getting back. But at any point throughout your recovery with how you were feeling, the humbleness, your broken heart, and even after the injury itself, was there any part of you that's like, I'm done, man. Like, I have the rest of my life ahead of me. I'm 26, 27 years old. Like, why am I doing this? Or was it just full on, full speed? I'm getting back as soon as possible. I don't give a crap.
No, it was double down. And one of the hardest obstacles was dealing with my clearances and what I was allowed to do versus what I was actually physically capable of. Yeah, can I do a fucking backflip? Probably. But you know what? Should I probably wait to do those backflips? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I remember the day I got cleared. Sorry, I'm getting texts from fucking everyone. My phone's been on fire. My phone's been on fire. I can't respond to everything, especially not right now. I remember the day I got cleared to run, just to prove a point to my sister. I'm going to give her a little plug too. She was supposed to run a half marathon that day, and she kind of pussied out of it. And the day I got cleared, I gained 40 pounds from my fight. I was over 190. I ran a half marathon just to shove it in her face. And since then, guess what? She's ran 5 marathons, and she's raising money to run the Boston Marathon right now in April. So you know what? I did that. It was kind of a dick move. It definitely didn't feel good. I definitely didn't walk the next day. But, you know, to see her kick ass now is fucking unbelievable, you know? And I couldn't be happier for her. You know what? She doesn't like going to my fights. I can't hate it. My mom doesn't like going to my fights. But what I do normally is I set up my mom a little stand. I'm like, yo, mom, you don't want to watch me fight. I can't hate that. You don't want to see me get hurt. It happens. It doesn't happen. Normally I win because I train my fucking ass off. You know, it's not because I'm better. I work harder. I do more reps. I stay late. Those are the little keys to my success, you know. But it's like she'll sit in the corner and sell shirts. So I didn't make shirts this time. So I set my sister up to do fundraising there for her marathon because she has to raise so much money. So to be able to help my sister out like that is fucking unbelievable. And then to have all my friends walking through the door, you know, she made a few bucks to put to her charity. She sold a few football squares, raffled off some shit, maybe did a 50-50 raffle, you know, but I'm also upstairs doing my thing, so I can't focus on that. But who knows? Maybe she wouldn't have done that if I didn't get cleared and then ran a half marathon that day. You know what I mean? So you don't know. I don't know. But she's kicking ass.
Is this her first Boston Marathon?
Her first Boston. But a couple months ago, I went to South Carolina, maybe. I don't know where the fuck I went with her. And she crushed a marathon and PR'd, you know. And not only did she PR by like a couple minutes, the marathon before that, she PR'd by like 45 minutes. So she's busting her ass. Like, you don't just PR, like PNR, yeah, you know, breaking your record by, you know, a minute. That's a lot. You know, maybe not so much in a marathon, but per mile, you know. She took off a minute a mile for miles. You know what I mean? So, which is crazy when you think about breaking your PR by 45 minutes between marathon 3 and 4. So, granted, hills and races have a lot to do with that, and the course itself has a lot to do with that, and how many people are there. But it doesn't matter. You know, she's out doing her thing, and I'm super proud of her.
Do you poke and prod her every time she finishes a marathon and say you're welcome for inspiring
No, I call her fat and move faster. Come on, dude. I can't always give her a pat on the back. Like, I got to bust her balls too. You know, but she's kicking ass, and I'm super happy for her. And you know,
how many is she your only sibling, or do you have other siblings as well?
No, that's my sibling. Yeah, mom, dad, and sister. Me. You know, I got uncles and aunts and shit, but like that's the base.
So Saturday night, you got your win, and it was also Kinmoy's retirement fight, a guy that has been a staple in the region for quite some time. He goes out and beats Tateki Matsuda, which is a huge notch on the old belt, especially for your retirement fight. And, you know, knowing that Kin was headlining and it was going to be his swan song, so to speak, did that motivate you even more to not only get a win, but, you know, really do it impressively to set the table for him?
That was bittersweet for me. You know, Kin's been one of my training partners ever since I started at Redline. He's shown me so many things, and our skill sets are so different that what he's good at, I'm bad at, and what I'm good at, he's bad at. And with working with one another, both of us have tremendously improved. And it's one of those things where I wish I could have just been a spectator in that situation, where I could have watched him do his last dance and get his hand raised. But I also have to be selfish too, because I have a fight and someone's trying to hurt me, and I have to do my thing. You know, I would have loved it if we weren't on the same card for that. But dude, Ken Moy is a fucking monster, and you know, I think he's another one of these guys that just didn't get the clout, and you know, he was on the cusp to go to the next level for pretty much his whole career, and you know, and me and him spoke, and I know why he's saying goodbye, you know, and I'm lucky that I still get to train with him. He might not be in the gym as much. I know he's got other goals and focuses with his fashion and whatnot, but dude, he's fucking rock star, and you can't fake that, dude. And yeah, man, like I said, I just wish I could have been there as a fan of Ken Moy and not a teammate. You know, being there as a teammate, I snuck in the cage, which is always cool, and you know, grabbed that last picture with him for him to do a send off. But I was pissed they didn't give him the microphone. Like, yo, let him say goodbye. Don't like, the kid's about to fucking retire from a career. Like, let him say goodbye. Let him get some of the smoke. Let him get some of the lights. I was pissed off about that, but it is what it is.
It's a crazy weekend because, you know, Moy retires, Greg Rebella retires, sort of, I guess. Oh yeah, I mean, he's retired like 17 times already. I love Greg Rebella, but I don't. I mean, it was just a weird weekend. I mean, who the hell knows with Greg? And do you think Ken's really done? Do you think he'll never fight again?
I think Ken's a man of his word. I think he's a good teammate, and I think he's a man of his word. And I think that he's got some other shit he wants to do. Let him do it. You know, whether he chooses to come back or not is up to him. But I think that was a good send off.
It looks like Kate Shainis is coming back in April, and you obviously expressed interest on getting on that card. One of the things I took away from the Domenico interview, because I was going back and looking at the Cage Titans website and the champion of the division right now, and it looks like Frank Sforza is still the featherweight champion, but he hasn't fought since you fought for Bellator at 85. I think that was his last fight too. So you're not interested in titles right now. You just want the 3-round fight, do your thing, and you know, titles, who cares? Yeah,
my philosophy right now is, what's a local title mean? Cool. You know what I mean? I train with everyone in New England anyways. What's really a local title? Everyone knows who best who in the gym. You know, if you're from New England, you're not training with everyone, you ain't gonna make it here. You know, the goal isn't to be the best in New England. My goal is to be one of the best in the world. And I don't give a shit about a local title. The way I see it is, you're in the cage for an extra 10 minutes. So a 15-minute turns into a 25-minute fight, right? Granted, I'm finishing all my fights within fucking 2 rounds. Out of the 7 pro wins, 6 of them have finished, or 5 of them in the first round, 1 in the second round, you know. So I got 6 finishes, but here's the thing, like, you put yourself at that extra risk for 15 minutes while you're already fatigued, for no money, no lights, and no smoke. Is that going to push you to the next level, or are you just taking extra damage to shorten up your career long term? You know, those 15-minute fights in the UFC, those to compare to 25-minute fights. Look at Robert Whittaker, right? He's been in 25-minute wars. Then he gets starched by Stylebender, who's only fought 15 minutes. And you could say that back-to-back fights with Yoel Romero didn't do him justice, because he fought for, you know, 50 minutes instead of 30 minutes. That takes time off your life, your career. Why do that on the local level? You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, and let's not forget, Adesanya just came out of a war too, because he had that crazy fight with Kelvin Gastelum. So he's been there too.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, Kevin Gastelum ain't no Yoel Romero. Like Yoel Romero, a scary man, dude. like Kevin Gastelum ain't no bum. Like he's a motherfucker, but they're both motherfuckers. But shit, you get what I'm saying, right? Like that extra 10 minutes while you're already fatigued, taking damage, it doesn't make sense to me unless you're making money. And right now, to be fighting for 500 and 500, fuck is that, bro? I make $1,000 when I win, then I gotta pay for my corners and shit. So it's less than $1,000. All that money I make is through my own sponsorships, ticket sales, T-shirts. That's how I really make the money. But to fight for an extra fucking 10 minutes for no extra money, dude, I'm making fucking $1,000 a fight. There ain't no money in this sport. My goal isn't money. I just want some lights, and I'm down to be in these fucking wars, but I want the right stage for them,
Speaking of that, are you open to taking fights outside of the area? Are you like if LFA or CFFC or organizations like that are on Fight Pass and things like that, opportunities to sort of expand the Shameless brand a little bit? Are you open to that if that arises?
Absolutely. Right now I got a good thing going with Mike, but I'm absolutely down to travel. LFA I think reach out to my coach, but anyone who reaches out to me personally on Facebook can fuck right on off. Guess what? I don't do my own coaching. I don't do my own managing. I'll do my own interviews. I'll say what the fuck I want. But I've clearly made that clear. But dude, don't come to me with names, dude. I don't want to think about that shit. I want to do what I'm doing, and my coach deals with that. So reach out to Eric Grossman if you want to fight me, or if you want me on your card, or if you want to call me up. But I'm not going to sit by the phone and wait. Bellator offered me Aaron Pico, but for shit fucking money, dude. I know that guy's a killer. I'm going to fight him for fucking shit money? Come on. You think I'm stupid? This game's filled with smoke and mirrors, man. If you're going to offer me a fucking tough fight, pay me.
When was that?
Right before he got knocked out from Madison Square Garden.
The Borch fight?
I don't know. He got knocked the fuck out by some 12-0 guy.
Yeah, it was Borch.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight, but I saw the clip. But it's like, dude, you got him as an Olympian. You're trying to pay me shit money? Not much money that I'm making right now. I'm actually taking less money to go fight for Bellator in Madison Square Garden than I would be fighting right down the street because of what I do in ticket sales, and my percentage would be different, and what I'm able to do for sales. To me, that doesn't make fucking sense. You want me to fight that fight? I would love that fight. Fucking pay me. Don't put it on the undercard. Put that on the main card. Let me get the lights, and I say yes. Don't put me on the undercard, offer me shit money, and say, fuck. That's a fuck you to me. That's me not respecting my own worth.
Interesting.
I'm getting fired up right now.
I know, man. I'm kind of surprised because, you did say it's not really about the money for you. I mean, obviously you want to make as much money as you can. I totally get that. Why get punched in the face for free or for little money? But imagine if you took that Pico fight and knocked him out, like at MSG, even on the undercard. I mean, who knows? But you obviously, know better than anybody else. So don't take it as me like, I'm not a fighter.
It's not about money, but you need to make some money while you do this, because if I'm doing this just to get hurt, now I'm losing work.
True.
I work another job now, and they're super understanding and literally give me everything I need to succeed. Whether it's time off, whether it's, hey, I need to go travel I'm trying to check out a couple other gyms outside of New England. I need to take some time off. Whatever you need, you need to reduce my hours. I barely work as it is, and they're super accommodating, and it's awesome. But I also have to respect my own worth and value at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if Bellator wants to offer me a real fight with real money, that's cool. But on the undercard, come on, man. That's not what I'm asking for. I need to respect my own worth, and I value myself far more than that. Now, if they're talking to me about, all right, here's a contract. We want 3-4 fights, and here's an actual paycheck where I can quit my job and just train. That's a different story. That's a completely different story. But dude, you would laugh at the offer they gave me, and I'm not going to drop it on here. But My coach goes, "This is what they offered." I laughed. I'm like, "Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. This is a joke."
Wow. Yeah, I've heard fighters sort of complain about the checks that they get unless they're under contract. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. What else do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking?
I bartend.
Nice.
Bartend.
What's your specialty?
My specialty is a Bud Light bottle. Here you go. Thank you. Yeah.
I bartended. I loved bartending.
Look. I work at this bar in Plymouth, Main Street Sports. I'm gonna give them a plug right now.
Good.
They're super accommodating. All my coworkers are fucking awesome. One of my coworkers is my photographer, and she's fucking so dope. I just posted one of her pictures the other day, Ashley Grace. But I work off hours. I work 8 hours Monday through Friday. I work Tuesday, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. to close. I work 2 4-hour shifts. Then I work a Sunday, and I'm able to pay all my bills. And then I own part of my gym in Boston. I invested in that when we opened up. So I'm not taking anything from that right now, but I am a gym owner. I got my fingers in a lot of different pots, man. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm doubling down in everything I'm doing so I can train more. I wanted to do this interview with you. You want to know why? I was pissed off, but I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to clear the air and say, fuck it, and move forward. Because now let's say I'm pissed off and I say no to this interview after the fight. Guess what? That's less eyes on me. You know what I mean? Like, well, why do myself that disservice? If we can get both of us get a little bit more clout. Maybe some of my friends watch this interview. Now they're watching Flow Combat's interviews. Why shorten up both of us? That doesn't make sense to me. I got to be a businessman too, and I got to look at the bigger picture. Like, we can squash things right fucking now.
I thought we did already.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's clear the fucking air right from the get-go, which I really like that we did. But let's fucking talk about the elephants in the room. Let's get that right out of the air. But it's just fucking. I lost my train of thought there, but probably getting hit one too many times by Kevin. Shit.
On that April card, is there anyone in particular that you want to fight, or you just don't care at this point? Like, give me somebody good. Give me somebody that can get me to that next level. It's all about evolution and progression. You want to get to the UFC.
I don't care. Hey, look, my coach came to me with a list of names for this last fight, and I said, I don't care. You pick. And then he goes, okay, we're fighting this guy. He has the most wins. And his brother, like, he told me a bunch of things about this guy. I'm like, okay. And that's what it is. I don't do any research on my opponents. Obviously I know that my last opponent, he fought someone I've trained with before. And I wasn't even able to watch the fight. And it is what it is. But if I'm in the gym working on myself, trying to make myself better, someone has to fight a better version of me, not me fight them. You know what I mean? Because then they change their game plan. They do something a little bit different, and then I'm fucked. I get better at fighting one type of fighter. Nah. If I improve my skill set, that's all I have to worry about, which I'm fucking pissed about because I hit this dope plata.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I made one little mistake. I got so excited when I saw the arm. I'm like, oh, there's an arm bar here too, that I forgot to fucking grab his hips so he didn't jump over, and then he jumps over. Fuck. That would have been a dope finish. But you know what? I got the TKO. I'm disappointed in when they stopped it because being in there, if you're going to stop it, dude, fucking stop it. Stop it at the end of the first when I'm fucking smashing them. There's a solid 10 seconds as the time expired where they could have stopped it. All right, they let him live. I get it. It's a pro fight. Then I come out in the second round. I hit him up with a uppercut hook straight, freeze him in his tracks. Then I drop him off a slip. I went body, head. Just hook to the body, step through, straight right to the face, drop him there, stop it right then and there. But then as he's recovering, they kind of stopped it. So me being the person I am, let me get the fucking kill. I don't want there to be any second guessing. Granted, he just saved my opponent a fucking ass beating, saved him more damage than he needed to take. Because at the end of the first, I was smashing him, Khabib style, and then, I drop him in the second, and I'm about to start smashing him. I'm dropping some nasty elbows to his body, but he's on his hip. He's trying to shrimp, and then that's where he stopped it. I was just like confused by that. Like, let me get the fucking kill. I deserve a better finish than that.
Still a
You
finish,
know,
yeah.
a finish, but like I want the quality finish.
You want that highlight reel.
I want the highlight reel, and I think I got robbed of that. And dude, I had a great ref. He's reffed me before, but I want the kill. You know, I'm not in there to fucking win on points. You know, I'm in there to get the kill.
Ideal situation: get back in April, get another finish. Contender series.
If they offer it, yeah. Or
you're not gonna wait.
I'm not waiting. I can wait by the phone, wait for it to ring. Guess what? It's gonna get real fucking cold, and I'm gonna have to be charging that motherfucker a lot. Why fucking wait? You know what's cool than 4 wins in a row, 4 finishes in 8 months, 5 wins in a row, 5 finishes in a year. Dude, how many active fighters fight 5 times in a fucking year? Not too many other than Cowboy.
Coming off a broken neck.
Yeah.
Which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Are you a guy who watches like everything? Like, do you pay attention what's going on with the UFC and the pulse around and some of the bigger stories that come out like outside of the region? Like, did you see the Stephen A. Smith stuff with Rogan? Like, have you been paying attention to any of that stuff?
I don't know who Stephen A. Smith is.
Oh, then never mind then. You know who Stephen A. Smith is? From ESPN?
No, who Joe Rogan is.
You know Joe Rogan. All right, never mind. Yeah, that was
so
Stephen A. Smith stole the weekend in MMA, which is crazy.
Did he?
So basically, basically the story is Stephen A. Smith, who is a very polarizing figure. Like if you turn on ESPN right now, I think he's on the First Take desk. He just debates people and he's a very polarizing guy. So they brought him out for 246 and he did a post fight with Joe Rogan. And he basically said like Cowboy was atrocious. He quit and all this stuff. And Stephen A. is not really an MMA guy. He's more of an NBA guy, an NFL guy. And he took a lot of crap for saying that. And then Rogan went on his podcast and roasted Stephen A. Smith, and Smith came back and said, you know, listen, I'm not apologizing for it. I said what I said. I'm covering sports for a long time and covering box for a long time. Like, I know what I saw. And, you know, Stephen A. just got hammered for all that stuff. And to me, it's just like, listen, you want the sport to be mainstream. You want ESPN and all these big outlets covering it. Well, you got it now. Like, this is what you get when you get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get in the unqualified, you know, guys that generalize everything, fucking commenting on shit, which happens. But you know what? That fight was heartbreaking for me to watch. Cowboy's my favorite fighter ever, and I'll never bet against Cowboy. Like, I'm taking Cowboy in every fight. I don't care who it is. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. You know, you see it. But
I didn't like the quit thing. The quit thing I didn't like because, like, obviously he didn't quit. He just got overwhelmed. I mean,
you know what that is? That's someone that's never actually been in a fight, that doesn't know what it's like to get fucking smashed on for a second. You know, I've taken plenty of beatings. You know, get someone that's at least been in a couple amateur fights, maybe a professional fight, to fucking do that job and comment on it. But dude, Cowboy would never quit. But you know, you see people break mentally. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Like, dude, he got smashed and he had no answer for him, and he broke mentally. That makes a little bit more sense. But to say that he quit is fucking stupid, you know?
And fans are nuts because if Kamaru Usman knocked out Colby Covington in 40 seconds and Stephen A. Smith said, oh, Colby Covington's atrocious, he quit, he sucks. I don't. Stephen A. Smith didn't say Cowboy sucks, but that would get retweeted a million times. Stephen A. Smith would be the MMA hero if he said that.
How are you going to say Cowboy's atrocious? He's been in this game longer than anyone.
Yeah, the performance. He said the performance was atrocious. He said Cowboy's performance is atrocious.
Yeah, I don't watch sports, man. I don't know.
That's good.
Like, I'm too busy fucking living my life. I'm too busy either in the gym training or anytime. Like, I work in a sports bar. I don't watch sports. People ask me questions like, yo, what time's the game on? I'm like, dude, you think I fucking watch basketball? You think I know who's on the back of this jersey right now? No. You know what I mean? Like I don't watch sports. I'll watch some Netflix to fall asleep, but other than that, it's like fucking Star Wars and shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I pay attention, but definitely not the way I was like 4 or 5 years ago when I was watching every Red Sox game, every Celtics game, and so forth and so on.
Oh, dude, like how am I gonna care about all these millionaires fucking playing pass and shooting hoops? And like, I'm like, dude, I got my own shit to like I'm trying to fucking do. Like I can't focus on their shit while I'm trying to focus on my shit. That's just a waste of time. That's something normal people do or average people do. I'm trying to be exceptional. I'm trying to be a fucking specialist in some shit. I want to be a bad dude. And if I'm worrying about someone fucking trying to put a ball in a hoop or fucking pass a line, imaginary line with a fucking another ball, like that's just wasting my time. Like I don't get. If it wasn't for the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be fucking watching it because you know what? I'd rather be in the gym. I like I don't care about the Super Bowl. Like I don't even care when the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. And then I might lose a lot of fans saying this, but I'm fucking from New England, dude. Patriots run shit, and I don't even care. I'm literally legitimately like too fucking busy.
I hear you, man. Absolutely.
How am I gonna train twice a day and watch a fucking Sox game and make enough money to pay my rent?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how the fuck am I gonna do that? To train for fucking all day, then afford to eat? Come on, and not only to eat clean because you can eat shit cheap. You can't eat clean cheap.
That's true.
There's no country there. You're gonna pay for your health one way or another. Like you might as well fucking enjoy it and eat something good and healthy and feel good rather than cheap out and eat shit and pay for meds later. Like, come on.
That's a good point. Great to have you here, man. I mean, we've gone for over 40 minutes at this point. This is I think this is outside of my interview with Justin Wren like 5 years ago after he released his book. I think this is the longest interview I've ever done. So you got to feel the love now.
Hey, Mike, you know what? I'm glad we fucking talked about the elephant in the room. I was feeling a sort of way. I appreciate you having me on.
Sure.
And I'm excited to fucking move forward from here. And hopefully we can get another interview before April.
You have my word. We will make it happen. Once that fight's locked, signed, sealed, deliver, we'll make it happen. Really happy to have you on the show. Before I let you go, man, let the folks know where they can find and follow you on the web, social media, any other shout outs, anything else you want to get off your chest, man. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So, Shameless _ everything except for Facebook where it's Shameless Don Shainis. Instagram, Twitter, which I don't use. I just repost from Instagram, and my Facebook, everything Shameless at Shameless _ Don. Same with Snapchat, but be careful if you follow me on Snapchat. Okay. I see some fucking reckless shit.
I've never used Snapchat ever.
Oh, if you want to be entertained, just add me on Snapchat. We'll be fucking cat, bro. Not even my cat. All right. Well, hey, if you want to be entertained, follow me on Snapchat, Shameless _ Don.
Oh man, I might have to get it just for that, Don. But appreciate the time, man. Congratulations on the win, and excited to see you back in there in April.
Hey, thank you very much for the interview, Mike.